Okay, well, I've gone through some nightmares here with some wiring problems, but I got it sorted out. And I have a way of starting the car from the back of the car, so when you're working on the modules, you don't have to be in the car or have somebody in the car trying to do it. You don't need two people to watch what's going on. So anyways, what happens with these engines is they have an intake valve that's hydraulically controlled. And if the engine sits for a considerable amount of time, like this one has, sometimes even a month or two, when you go to crank it, it sounds strange, like, you know, there's a bag of hammers in there bouncing around. So anyways, I did get a hit on the starter, it cranked, so I'm going to crank it here and see if it's going to start. I don't know, it hasn't run since it's been in the test body, and that's over 6 months ago, so we'll give it a shot. So you notice when it's cranking, it doesn't sound right. It sounds like it's got no compression. And that's exactly it. It has no compression. The other thing it doesn't have is any fuel in the rail, so it has to prime. Well, we're getting something now. So now what we have is the lifters are pumped up, but I don't think we're getting any fuel, but it's starting to sound like a regular engine cranking. May have to pull the spark plug out and see if we have any fuel, but this is all part of the process with these engines. When they sit for a long time, you run into this. And I might have to pull out the trouble code reader and see what it's coming back at. Maybe I've got something else here that I've missed, but anyways, we have it cranking. It sounds like an engine. And I've got fuel pressure on the rail. I can see it, I've got a gauge here. One thing I don't want to do is burn out a starter, so I'm going to give it a couple more shots here, and if it doesn't kick, I'll pull out the trouble code reader and see what happens. Okay, I'll call it quits for now. Okay, what you're looking at here is a Noid light. I've got a set of them that you use. And I'm getting a DTC coming back saying I've got no power going to the fuel injectors. So what I was going to do here is just crank the engine and see if that lights. And we got nothing. So what it's telling me here is that I don't have any power to my injectors. So if I don't have any power to the injectors, well, and it's all 4 of them, and it's not the fuse, but I'm narrowing this down, so there could be even a ground off someplace. So pecking away at it, we'll get through it. Okay, so I'm back here, and I've looked up on the AllData website, which I have access to because a buddy of mine has a dealership, and it's showing that, well, I have this plug here, and it's showing a whole bunch of stuff, injector control and ASD relay output, and all these things I've got coming back as DTCs. And it's nice because it also shows me where the connector is, and it's showing over here. Well, now as I've gone out and looked at it, I found this connector, and I think this is what my problem is, why it's not starting, is I forgot to reconnect the connector. So I've got to find the other end of that and join it up, and hopefully we're going to give it a crank and the darn engine's going to start. So yes, we're making progress. Okay, here we are. I found the wire harness plug that was missing for the injectors and the ignition, and also the wastegate. So there's too many common things there that came back on the code reader, and that's what led me into the direction to look for this plug. And on the AllData, I found it. So and sure enough, that's what the issue is. So we'll give this a crank. Whoops. And wasn't expecting the horn to blow, so I've got to do a little more investigating. But we do have an engine running, and we'll see if it's what codes are coming back now. But this is a big plus for the time being.